So what do you guys think about MAPPA? The animation studio. I think MAPPA does a really good job. I know MAPPA is very controversial because they take on so many heavy-hitting animes. They got Jujutsu Kaisen, Vinland Saga, and remind me if I'm missing some too. Chainsaw Man, Attack on Titan, One Punch Man. So many big heavy hitter animes that require a lot of time to cook. Yet, MAPPA just somehow keeps buying out buying the rights to animate some of these animes, which, I think they've done a pretty good job so far. I haven't seen Chainsaw Man. I've seen Vinland Saga. I've seen Jujutsu Kaisen. I've seen Attack on Titan. Although I'm pissed about Attack on Titan. I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't like Attack on Titan right now. Because they said the final season like 5 years ago. And they're on the final season, part 3, part 2. What the hell is even that? So, I mean, I don't know. But overall, I would say MAPPA does a pretty good job. Overall, they do a pretty good job. So, a lot of people I know a lot of people complain. I don't think MAPPA's that bad. Shout out to Fatski for this video. He only has 2,000 subs, and this video has 400,000 views. I'm gonna leave you a like. I'm gonna leave a like. I'll subscribe to you too, my friend. Yeah, I'm excited to see this one. It's only 8 minutes, not very long.
We have been absolutely blessed in the past few years by MAPPA with one amazing show after another. But what is the MAPPA effect? For us to understand fully what the effect is and how it works, we need to go back to the very beginning. It all goes back to exactly 14th of June 2011. On this very day, Studio MAPPA was founded by the one and only Masai Maruyama.
Damn, Studio MAPPA was founded in 2011? That wasn't that long ago. Oh my gosh.
Masai is a pretty big dog in the industry. He's also a co-founder and a former producer of another massive studio named Madhouse, which was all founded all the way back in 1972. In total, he created 3 studios, making him very successful. He created MAPPA so he could have a more laid-back workplace environment, compared to Madhouse, which
more laid-back work environment? This man does not know what he created. You either die here or live long enough to see yourself becoming the villain. And this man is slaving every single worker at MAPPA. Oh my god. A more laid-back work environment? Yeah, right, bro.
Very successful, and in turn created a stressful environment with high expectations. It also gave him a chance to work on projects that he actually wanted to work on. It was Masai's passion project in a way. The name MAPPA actually stands for Maruyama Animation Produced Project Association.
But what the hell?
I first heard of MAPPA when they took over for the final season of Attack on Titan from Wit Studio, which is probably when most of you first heard of them. We should probably be very grateful for them taking over animating the show, as no other studio was willing to take on such a massive project. If it wasn't for them, I doubt we would have even gotten the last season, but you never really know these things. As you know, things did come up. Some people complained about the style change, some complained about how the scenes looked much more desaturated than previous seasons.
No, dude!
Small problems that most people could overlook. Me personally, I nearly didn't even realise the change between seasons, as I was binging it one after another, just fascinated by the plot twists and on the edge of my seat. Of course, Attack on Titan isn't the first anime they worked on. The first one was in fact a movie named In This Corner of the World. It wasn't a usual anime movie you'd expect. It was about a young girl who's married off to a man she barely knows, as she's struggling to get used to living in Hiroshima during World War II.
Oh no! Oh, that's such a sad anime. I haven't even seen it. I haven't even seen this anime, but I already know what happens. It's gonna be such a sad anime, and then at the end they all die. What the hell, bro? I never want to watch something like that.
Bombs were dropped. I don't want to say anything more, as the movie itself covers some interesting topics from compassion to perseverance, and how it portrayed war from a different and lesser seen perspective, that of everyday people. Most of you would find it an interesting watch to say the least. Of course, things did come up and there was delays, but eventually 5 years later they finally released it, and it ended up gathering up to 10 wins and 11 nominations, so I guess you could say that it did end up doing pretty well.
That's pretty good.
Masai Maruyama set up MAPPA in the first place to escape the corporate pressures and restrictions he had been experiencing at Madhouse. This was the case at first, but very quickly the company brought in success, which attracted more productions, increased the workload, and meant the company needed to grow. You could say that MAPPA became the very thing it swore to destroy.
Yep, I said it. I said it.
Maruyama decided that he wanted to step away from MAPPA. He was 75 years old at this point and straight up suffering from success. All he wanted to do after all is to work on his passion projects and be more stress-free. He formed another company called Studio M2, so he could still work on projects closer to his heart in a more...
Huh? Why would you start MAPPA and then leave MAPPA and start another? Are you... Huh?
relaxed manner. he decided to hand over the control of MAPPA to Manabu Otsuka, who's still the CEO up to now.
Damn. You know, I'm not one to judge people, but my boy has some big ass ears. He could probably hear what I'm saying to him right now.
MAPPA would only become more and more successful, with taking already great manga and creating anime adaptations of them, which in fact were very well animated. Since then up to now, they took on plenty of projects, from Kids on the Slope, Terror and Resonance, and many other names. The very first project from MAPPA that saw insane success was Yuri on Ice. This anime wasn't just a success in Japan, but it also caught the eyes of many people around the globe. The show follows the story of a figure skater named Yuri, who loses a competition and falls in love with his coach. It's a pretty zesty show, but clearly made for the female audience.
Huh?
The show went on to win a bunch of awards and became the most successful media franchise in Japan in 2017.
What?
Around this time, reports started to come up that the working conditions in the studio during the production of the series were far from great. With very tight deadlines and things getting quite messy, these rumors would continue to pop up in the near future. They then released Banana Fish in 2018, which would only
Banana Fish is fire? Y'all think Banana Fish, Japan, you think Banana Fish is fire?
MAPPA's name in the industry. The show itself had zesty undertones once again.
Come over here and kiss me on my hot mouth.
Hey, yo, what's with MAPPA and the zesty
But
shit?
the main themes and highlighted issues were drug use, gangs, murders, and pedophilia.
Hey, yo! MAPPA! Oh my god!
You see in any media. And of course, because of this, the show went on to see great success. I would personally recommend it as it covers very serious topics, and because of that, it's a much more interesting watch from your everyday shonen anime.
Yeah, I can definitely see why you watch this stuff, Japan. You watch the zesty animes. You watch JoJo, you watch this. You only watch zesty animes, that's what it seems like.
We're gonna hang out. Gonna watch a movie.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Hey, yo, what am I watching?
Shortly after this, MAPPA really got the gears turning, and started the streak of taking on many great well-known mangas and throwing them into the stratosphere. And not only in Japan, but everywhere, turning these animangas into basically household names around the globe, which is what I call the MAPPA effect. The first manga they did it with was Dorohedoro. This manga on its own was already well known in Japan, but of course, as the MAPPA effect goes, when the trailer for season 1 released in January 2021.
Is this a dub anime? I've seen that screenshot. I always see that screenshot of like the crocodile or the dinosaur guy. How he's like super detailed in the manga, and then in the anime they didn't do him right. It's like CG, I think, or something like that. I don't know. I haven't seen this anime. I've heard it's pretty popular, but I don't know. I really don't know anything about it.
It spiked everyone's interest worldwide. Then when it actually dropped, it skyrocketed even higher. Since then, it's tripled in popularity and hasn't dipped. Of course, this was just the start. They did the exact same thing with Jujutsu Kaisen. It was already very popular in Japan, but when MAPPA announced season 1, it blew it out of the water globally and managed to stay relevant since then, even with the breaks between seasons in the movie.
You know, I feel like that is kind of true. I feel like I didn't know very much about Jujutsu Kaisen before the first season came out. I knew about it a little bit, but especially here in America, like before the first season dropped, it really wasn't like super popular over here until the first season dropped. Like even normies, my normie friends who don't really watch anime like that have watched Jujutsu Kaisen. It's true. It's same with Attack. Well, actually, no. Attack on Titan was huge before MAPPA even got it. But Chainsaw Man 2, Chainsaw Man, I feel like, Vinland Saga, I feel like blew up as well. Because I mean, Vinland Saga was always had like a very tight fan base, just like Berserk. Berserk is huge. Don't get me wrong, but it has a very loyal fan base, and I feel like the same thing can be said for Vinland Saga. But when Vinland Saga got its season 1 and then season 2, I feel like season 2 probably made it a little bit more popular, even though some people would argue that season 1 was better, season 2 is better. It's completely up to you. I like season 2. I think it's a little better personally, but that's just the person I am. I thought that shit was very philosophical, and I thought it was pretty good.
Dorohedoro and Jujutsu Kaisen release dates are 9 months apart. It might not seem like much, but keep in mind they worked on both of these shows at once, and not to mention a third one, which is actually a pretty small anime you probably haven't heard of, and is pretty underground, called Attack on Titan. It goes the same for this show. Of course, it's already had the
Oh,
steam that Wit Studio brought with
no.
it, but as you can see, Wit Studio just doesn't have the same effect, unlike MAPPA. This spike right here is where MAPPA dropped the beginning.
Although I'm gonna be controversial here, I do think Wit. I kinda be honest. I like Wit's animation style better than Mappa's. I do. I don't know. Just me. But there's several, and this is just Attack on Titan. There's several Attack on Titan moments when Wit was animating it that people still remember to this day where they're like, oh my god, the animation's so fire. But then I have it like there's not one super duper notable part in Attack on Titan season 4 where you're like, oh my god, the animation's fire, it's crazy. No, like we all know that Levi chase scene, that shit was gas. It was so good.
Of season 4. Of course, it's not all MAPPA's work. The source material is absolute peak, but MAPPA's work only amplifies the show to a whole new level. As goes for all the other manga they picked up. Then over a year later, they came to drop Chainsaw Man. Of course, it surged in popularity as they teased the first trailer, but the pattern continued. We all know a manga being animated will bring attention to it, but it's almost never as big of a jump in popularity when MAPPA does it. Right after Chainsaw Man at the start of October.
Hey chat, should I watch this by the way? I still have not seen Chainsaw Man. Is Chainsaw Man season 1 good? Should I give it a watch? Still haven't seen it.
They didn't waste any time with season 2 of Vinland Saga, releasing it at the very start of January 2023.
Peak!
Vinland Saga already had previous hype just like Attack on Titan, but as history goes, it didn't amount to the MAPPA effect. This brings us to now, and MAPPA's most recent release has been House.
Watch Chainsaw Man. It's fire. Yes. Dub Demon Slayer. Dub Dragon Ball. Okay, I wasn't even talking about. Anime adaptation for Vagabond. Please, MAPPA. See, but the thing is with Vagabond, it's never gonna end. There's not gonna be an ending. I don't even think the dude who's creating is ever gonna go back to Vagabond.
Paradise. As always, the MAPPA effect worked like a charm, and honestly, this show had the biggest increase I've ever seen out of all the shows. Although it's not all sunshine and rainbows, it's common knowledge that the workspace in Japan isn't the healthiest to say the least. I'm sure you guys seen photos of businessmen in Japan just passed out on the streets from drinking all night. This is a result not only from the complete stress they undergo day in and out, but also Japan's networking culture.
Hey, yo, bro. I get your clothes off.
In their world, the more you drink, the more trustworthy you are considered. Which of course leads to these types of photos popping up pretty frequently. Jokes aside though, it is a very serious problem, and of course includes the animators as well, where they're overworked and sometimes even underpaid for their work. During last year and coming into this year, rumours started to pop up that MAPPA is crunching their employees. They released Chainsaw Man Season 1, Season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen, Vinland Saga Season 2, and Hell's Paradise Season 1.
Oh my god.
10 months.
All peak. And don't forget guys, they're working on Season 3 of One Punch Man. Don't forget about that.
That's 29 hours of great quality anime released in that time frame. And that's not counting the last episodes of Attack on Titan, which are set to release sometime in October this year.
Oh yeah, oh, and Attack on Titan. I totally forgot about that too.
And it being official that they're working on One Punch Man Season 3, which hasn't got a release date just yet. So yeah, it might just be that they're being overworked.
Help! Help! Help me!
But nothing official has been released at the moment. Either
That
way,
video
I
was
hope
always
the
hella
best for
funny.
our dear MAPPA animators. As you can see, the MAPPA effect is very much real, and will probably continue to affect shows for the better or for worse as MAPPA continues to animate them. They truly have been dominating the anime industry recently, and it doesn't seem like it's stopping anytime soon either. Thanks for making it this far, and if you had a good time, hit that
Yeah, dub video. Definitely dub video. I left a like on it. Yeah, I think the MAPPA effect is real. I think the MAPPA effect is real for sure. I honestly think the MAPPA effect started when they took on Attack on Titan. I mean, Attack on Titan is definitely top 5 most popular anime of all time. And you know, you can say Attack on Titan's bad, but it is just true. You can go up to a normie who doesn't even watch anime and they've heard of Attack on Titan. So I think the fact that MAPPA picked up the most popular anime of all, one of the most popular animes of all time, really helped them. And now whenever people just hear, oh, MAPPA animated this, oh, the guys who did Attack on Titan, oh, the guys who did Jujutsu Kaisen, oh, the guys who did Chainsaw Man, oh, they released something else, oh, I want to go watch that because it's always really good animation. So I kind of think that's kind of what's going on here.